the chef owner of Pizzas, and we're going to be making our coconut tofu pizza. We like to call it the Cocoto. And we're going to start off with the sauce, the base of your pizza. We use 2 cans of coconut milk. I've already added one. This is the second. 2 garlic cloves. 2 garlic cloves. About a tablespoon of chili flake. And we want to steep all of this for about 3 minutes. We're going to add about 1/4 of a pint of chopped parsley. Same with cilantro. Thai basil. Save a little Thai basil for your garnish. We're going to garnish this pizza with some toasted peanuts, Thai basil, bean sprouts, and a little bit of lime juice. About 1 bunch, just use the top, the green part, of scallions for the sauce, and we're going to let that all steep. Everything in the pot, we're just going to wait till it gets to a boil, and as soon as it gets to a boil, we're going to blend it up. And while it's blending, we're going to make a roux, which is half butter, half flour. For this amount, we want to use about a ½ pound of each. And this is going to act as a thickening agent for our sauce. If our sauce isn't thick enough, we're going to have a soupy pizza. Right now we have the flour and butter in the pot. What we're doing now is melting the butter and cooking the flour at the same time. Most people will say to melt your butter first. I like to throw the flour in there with the butter. So you're doing double the work at the same time. So while that's cooking, we're going to blend up all the herbs with the coconut milk, garlic, chili flake. And we want to blend this till it's completely pureed. We don't want any chunks. The reason behind that is because when you take a bite of this delicious pizza, we don't want any herbs getting stuck in your teeth. Now that our butter is completely melted and our flour is incorporated, we are going to add the herb coconut sauce. Add half at a time in 2 different increments to really mix it up. That smells good. And now we're going to add the second half. Kind of like tempering. And of course, salt to taste. You can use your judgment on that. And while we're doing this, you want it on low heat. If you cook it too fast, the butter and flour will burn at the bottom of the pot before you even know. So this is about the consistency of the sauce that you want. Easily spreadable on pizza. So now that this is finished, we're going to set it aside to cool. Alright. So there we go. And there's our sauce base. The chilied coconut sauce. Herb chili coconut sauce. Alright, so now that we made the sauce, we're going to set that aside to cool. We don't want to put hot sauce on raw pizza dough. Not a good thing. So we're going to start making the toppings for the pizza, which is going to be a cold bean sprout salad and fried tofu that we bread with toasted shredded coconut. So we're going to start off by cubing our tofu into pieces about the size of dice. You want to use extra firm tofu, otherwise it's just going to fall apart on you. Very easy because it will fall apart. Into pieces about this size. So now we're going to make our binding agent. We're going to add egg whites, cornstarch. We're going to mix this up. It's supposed to be thick. We want the consistency of an Elmer's glue. This will really get the coconut to stick on there. So, see? Whisk that up, and there you go. Elmer's glue. Side. So we're gonna dip the coconut into the Elmer's glue, cornstarch and egg whites, and we're gonna drop it into our toasted coconut. And you will have a product that looks like this. We're going to toast some peanuts. Have some fried shallots on the side. Chiffonade some Thai basil. You want this to be really thin, so you can really spread it over the pizza. And this will be used as garnish. So, have your Thai basil. And you want to start getting your oil hot. You want to have just enough oil to be able to submerge the tofu while frying. Have about that much in the pot. And we're going to get that to temperature. You want it to be about 350 degrees. We have our breaded tofu, our Thai basil, bean sprouts, crispy shallots, and toasted peanuts, olive oil, citrus. Now while we're waiting for our oil to get hot, we could start making our pizza. Alright. So, you could go to your local pizzeria or in the freezer section at your supermarket and get some pizza dough. Of course, here at Pizzazz, we make our own every day. You want to have a very cold surface, preferably marble. Flour your station. Have your pizza dough out. We have mozzarella. You can either use fresh mozzarella or a bag of mozzarella that you can find at your supermarket. We have our chili herb coconut sauce. And we're going to start shaping our pizza dough. Flour your peel. You don't want your pizza dough sticking to it. And form your crust. Try to keep it as circular as possible, for appearance only. You're more or less worried about spreading the dough out evenly while you stretch it. If you're feeling like a pizza expert, you can give it a little toss. Throw it on the pizza. Now because this sauce has butter in it, we want to pre-bake our pizza dough. We call it shells here at Pizzazz. And what it does is it's going to prevent the sauce from cooking too long and break. Place your dough on your pizza stone. Let it cook for about 1 minute at the highest temperature possible in your oven. I like to put it on broil after I've preheated my oven to 500 and then put it on broil when I start cooking the pizza. It will keep your stone very hot. Of course, we have pizza ovens here at Pizzazz, so it doesn't take nearly a minute, but it should look like this. We want to take our herb chili coconut sauce. Spread it on the pizza evenly. I like my pizza saucy. Some people like their pizza dry. You can put as much as you like. I wouldn't put too much or too little. Put too little, it will burn. You put too much, it will turn to soup. Look how pretty and green that is. We have our base. Don't go too close to the edge. You want to have a nice crust. And your mozzarella. And again, you can use this at your discretion. With a little bit of cheese, you can put a lot of cheese. But again, don't use too little, don't use too much. Same reasons. That looks about perfect. So now we're going to put it back in the oven, and it's going to take about 8 minutes. Grab a bowl to make our bean sprout salad and fry our tofu. So we're going to drop the tofu in the fryer, make sure it's hot enough. It so it doesn't boil over. Have a plate. I'm using a saute pan to strain the oil. Have some crispy nugs of tofu that look like that. And that's the toasted coconut. So now we have our tofu ready. We'll set that aside. We are going to add, and again, at your discretion, you can build the salad as big as you want or as small as you want. We're going to add some bean sprouts, some fried shallots, some Thai basil, toasted peanuts, salt, and our citrus. We're going to wait till the last minute. We don't want anything to wilt or turn brown. A little bit of olive oil in there, about a teaspoon. Mix it up. Don't grab it, just toss it. You don't want to smash anything with your hand. I know sometimes I catch myself being stronger than I feel, so start smashing bean sprouts. And your salad should look like this, and then we'll top it with the citrus right before we top our pizza. Back to the pizza. We need to give it about a 180-degree turn. We don't want one side to cook more than the other. See how it's cooking, the cheese is melting, but your dough is still a little raw, so we're going to give it a little spin. Give it a little spin. See? And then we can lift it a little bit to check the bottom, and it's getting there. So we don't want to go too crazy. We might actually, because our oven is a little too hot, you might want to put a tray underneath. I don't think you'll have that problem at home. But because we do have these 2-inch stone slabs here, they retain so much heat, we need to prevent it from cooking too fast. So it's going to be about another 5 minutes. Now we're going to take it out of our oven. You see the crust is becoming golden. Cheese is becoming toasty on top. Put it on your pizza tray. Careful because everything is very hot. So, all of our pizzas here at Pizzazz, we like to drizzle olive oil on the crust, extra virgin of course. nicer the better. Give a little squiggle inside the pizza. No. Malt and salt around the crust to your liking. You could skip that step if you're watching your sodium levels. And inside the pizza. Also inside the salad. Alright. Now that we have that, we're going to cut the pizza. We cut our pizzas into eighths here. Our slices are quarters. This would be the slices that we sell. We sell 2 pies per slice every day. We're gonna cut this one into 8 though. So pretty, right? So now we have our herb chili coconut sauce topped with mozzarella. We're gonna squeeze the lime juice inside of our bean sprout peanut salad. Give a little citrus. We already added the olive oil. So now we're gonna top the salad on top of the pizza. Alright. I like to put a little extra Thai basil. I love Thai basil. That's up to you. We have our crispy tofu nugs. Try to get one on, at least on every slice.
Right, let's see them all.
A little more fried shallot. Just a little for crispy. We already had the peanuts on there. And then we could add a little bit more toasted coconut if you want. Lime juice. We're gonna put more lime juice on the crust. Give it a little zing. And we'll put that on the pizza. And then here we go. The coconut tofu pizza.